Hey guys, Magnus here bringing you another video, and of course Act 4 even has dropped, so it's my time to give you a review of both Act 3 and Act 4. This is the kind of new style I'm going for. Of course I did a review of Act 1 and Act 2. The kind of Act 1 review I'm just gonna every time I do I'm just gonna kind of briefly go through it because I kind of cover that in my main review. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing this real quick and then, well not real quick, but you know what I mean, I'll be doing this video first, and then what I'll be doing is in a few days I'll do a content list for the entire update and kind of give my overall feelings of the review in that of the update even in that video. For this video we're going to be going through Act 3 and Act 4, and we're going to be looking at each item, and I'll talk briefly about the quest line as well and my kind of overall feelings about the event. This will not include, I'm not going to be reviewing any premium items in this because that's strictly for the premium gameplay. So let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to be looking at Act 3, which of course was titled Bart to Another Future. So this essentially was a future kind of themed event with all the items being, apart from maybe oldie Springfield Towny, all the items were future based. They were items that were seen in future episodes. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the questline first. I thought the questline was okay, and I think the character and the kind of storyline fitted more with Valentine's Day. I think that's the one thing. I think the one redeeming quality about, or the major redeeming quality about this act in particular is I think it really did tie into Valentine's Day quite well. I think the general story was okay. It wasn't particularly that funny, but it worked. It worked for me, so I was happy enough with it. And then we got, of course, some items. So let's go through the items. So the first item was Contraception Overlook. So this essentially is a big hill with cars on it. It's obviously like a, you know, this appeared in a future episode where obviously Bart and Gender went. So overall, I'm okay with this decoration. It's a cool-ish one. I think it looks very similar though to something we got in Halloween. I forget exactly what it was called, but I think it's like a candy apple point or something like that. Like some sort of, like, there was another really similar hill that we got on Halloween, and I'm fine with them adding both of them in the game, but adding them so close was a little weird because I've literally just placed them next to each other because they just fit so perfectly next to each other, just two hills next to each other. I think that's my only issue with that, but overall it's okay for a first decoration. Next up we have the Quantum Tunnel and the free land token. The one thing that really annoys me with this is you can't actually properly connect it to roads. I think overall it is a cool, it's a really cool decoration actually. It's got a really unique feature. When you tap it, a car of course zooms for it, which I think is really, really awesome and something pretty unique for that decoration. It doesn't have absolutely no purpose. I just wish you could be able to actually connect to the road, because at the minute it looks like you can connect it, but you can't actually, like, you know, if you know what I mean. So like it looks like it's actually properly connected. Like you can place it next to a road, but it doesn't look like it's actually properly connected because there's like a little pavement in between, which kind of is a little annoying. I've tried a few times to place it in different places. I can't seem to place it. That might just be something with my town, maybe. I don't know about you guys, but you tell me. Yeah, but overall I was okay with this decoration. I think it was pretty damn cool. It's kind of annoying that we had two decorations. I'm normally okay with that. Obviously the first event we got four buildings, which was kind of really, really cool and really unusual. Then next up is the Future Bundle. So this includes the Future Plastic Surgery Center, which we actually do have the normal plastic surgery center already in the game, I believe. So this is actually this could have been a skin, I guess, but I was okay with it being in its own building. It makes sense to me. And then we also got the Future Limo, which is like this kind of hovering limo. So we've got two items there. The Future Limo is pretty cool. The Plastic Surgery Center is nothing amazing, but you know, it's a building, it's free building, so I can't complain. I think overall it's pretty awesome though, you know, to get a few more future things in the game, and I'm glad that they actually, you know, they incorporated in this event, which I think worked quite well actually, especially with Gender as a character. And then next up we got the oldie Springfield Towny. I thought this was a really misplaced, and I didn't think I really understood why it was in the game. It felt almost like the Springfield University when they had the spring cleaning event, obviously the last mini event we got. Yeah, I felt a little bit of a weird placement. Of course, it comes with a land token as well. Yeah, I didn't think it fit too well because I don't think it's a future building. I'm pretty sure it's in present time as well. I mean, it might have appeared in a future episode, but it appears in present time in the same form, so that felt a little bit weird to me. And then finally, of course, Gender is the final character. I will say this: I don't think she's amazing, but I think she's a perfect fit for Valentine's Day, and I'm not going to complain about that because I think she fits perfectly. She's not an amazing character. I mean, in Tapped Out, she's meh. She has that funny-ish quest line, but overall, she's meh. She's not amazing, but what I will give them credit for is it's a perfect Valentine's Day character, and it fits perfectly. And I thought the stuff they did with her and like old, like normal Bart, like 10-year-old Bart, was pretty funny. A little bit weird, but pretty funny. So yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with this act. Nothing to complain about in the prizes. I think I was mostly happy with most of the prizes. So yeah. Then Act 4 hit. I keep thinking there's only three acts. So this one is titled All Dogs Go to Jail, and this of course focuses around Snake and Gloria. So of course Snake is the one who's essentially telling his story. I think that telling the story thing, I think Spring King mentioned it, that will get redundant quickly, and I do agree. I hope that they keep it for this. I think maybe for holiday events it makes sense, but if they're gonna be incorporating this into other events, say if they do like another themed event, they say for example they do, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like a Ned Flanders event, which I've talked about before. If they do a Ned Flanders event, I don't want Ned Flanders to be telling me a story and like Rod and Todd telling me a story the whole way through. I don't want that. I would like it just to be kind of like a normal kind of quest line. So yeah, let's go through we'll go through the quest line. I thought the quest line for this was a little weak. I didn't think it was that great. I liked how they actually incorporated Snake instead of like the kind of like Homer and Lisa. So I'm glad about that. I think that's the one redeeming quality. I think this is probably the weakest quest line, but it wasn't that bad. Either this or possibly Act 2's quest line was the weakest, but yeah, I didn't think it was that great, and the prizes I'm a little disappointed on, so let's go through them. So first of all, the first prize is the Shady and the Vamp with a free land token. I'm okay with this. It's 2 buildings in one, essentially. So you get Shady and the Vamp, and they're 2 buildings in one. I actually quite liked what they did here. Instead, they could have given them separate, I guess. And I don't know. I wasn't too bothered about them not being separate. But they do look quite different together. I'll be honest. In my design, I've just chucked them with the oldie town because it just fits to me. They're kind of those kind of style of buildings. So yeah, I was okay with that one overall. It was a bit weird. I think Gloria was there though, so I think it was in the episode, so I wasn't too bothered. And then second prize we got was the Dying Animals, which on its own is not a particularly great prize. It's really hard to fit in the town. I think it looks really odd, of course, and yeah, the whole like the size of it is really hard to fit in the town, and I'm not entirely too happy with this decoration, and this is a prize. It felt a little weird to me. Then we have the Springfield Dog Pound with a free land token. I'm not entirely happy with this building too. I get it's obviously a part of her episode, so it makes sense to add it. And of course it is another, item for the game, and I get that, but it is an ugly ass building. I don't care if it's a dog pound and, it's got cute dogs in it, or vicious dogs or whatever, or cool dogs. I don't care. It's an ugly ass building. So I wasn't too happy with that. And I'm not a massive fan of ugly buildings. Obviously, I'm fine with them being added, because of course you're adding more stuff to the game. You're adding stuff from The Simpsons, but unless they're like actual like tapped out exclusive things, that's when I get mad. That's when I get very mad. But yeah, I think overall I'm okay with it being added, but I will say it is an ugly building. And then finally the bar dogs, which is an easier decorations to fit. I'll give it that. But I don't understand why they didn't just combine the dining animals and the bar dogs together as one prize. I would have been fine with that. I wouldn't have complained as much. But yeah, I feel like both of these prizes weren't really great, especially when in the first act, when we got 4 buildings and 1 character. I think it's really disappointing that we got essentially 2 decorations, 1 crappy building, 1 okay building, and 1 character. I think, as the last act, it was a little weak, in my opinion. And I think they could have combined them as a prize and possibly come up with something else to give us. I'm not sure what. I haven't got a solution, but I'm sure there was definitely something in Gloria's episode that they could have given us. And of course, speaking of Gloria, the final prize is of course Gloria. And what I will say is I think Gloria works as a character as a final prize. I think, she's pretty cool. She's got some awesome, her questline's meh, but I think she's an awesome-ish character. She's pretty cool in the episode she's in. I quite liked her in that episode, and I've wanted her in the game. She's not one of my most requested characters, but I have talked about adding her in the game before in previous videos. And yeah, I was definitely happy to get her in the game. I think, of course, she fits Valentine's Day just as well. I think her and Gender definitely are the 2 characters that fit the event the best. I think Groundskeeper Wilmer's loosely, and I think Mr. Bergstrom was way out there. He didn't fit the event whatsoever. As for the other characters, like some of the premium characters didn't fit either, though. Not giving them you know, the time off. But yeah, some of them didn't fit either. But yeah, overall, this event, I think this act overall was a little weak in my opinion. I think this is probably the weakest act out of all of them. Yeah, I think in terms of prizes anyway, in terms of stuff like that, I think it's the weakest one. Even talking about the Shelbyville act, even the Shelbyville act had some, you know, yeah, it gave us an animation, but that animation was really cool. It was definitely worth it, and I would still take that one over this one. I think this one is the weakest, which is a shame because I think Gloria's character is pretty cool, probably the coolest. After Mr. Bergstrom anyway, the coolest character we got in terms of the non-premium gameplay. But whatever, that's it for Act 4. So yeah, that's it for both Act 3 and 4 in terms of my reviews. You guys tell me what you thought of both these events, both these acts. I think overall I was quite happy with them. I think, you know, they weren't too bad. They had some really good, some okay things in there. I just think the fourth act was a little weak. The third act was okay though. Overall, I was pretty happy with that. But you guys tell me what your thoughts is. Maybe rank the events rank the acts even for me. That would be pretty cool. And yeah, overall, that's the event pretty much finished for everything review wise. You just have to wait for my content list, which should be out in 3 to 4 days. I'll probably do that. I do have another video planned. I have a few videos planned. I want to do my movies for 2018 ranked. And I have a video that I wanted to keep a secret, but of course a lot of people, some people who were involved in the video basically said that I was going to do a video. But you guys know about the Death Button drama, if anyone knows about that. I will be doing a video addressing all of that and talking about my experience with him. I'm just adding it at the end of this video just to say, but that will be out. That I've kind of taken a lot of work at gathering all the evidence and stuff, because I don't want to just call bullshit. I don't want people to say, you know, I don't have evidence. So of course I'm gathering a lot of evidence. I'm trying to plan this video so it's structurally wise. And look, I'm not trying to ruin his channel. That's not my effort here. I just want to address the issues that happened to me and kind of my thoughts on him as a tapped out YouTuber, and why I'm not willing to promote his channel anymore, and why he's probably not going to be involved in the awards ever again, or any other collaborations with me. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.